What's going on, everyone? It's Mike, it's John, back again, and this is your fan experience video from Bramley Moor. I will be doing a sort of deep dive for people. I've just got to edit all the video bits that I did today, so that'll be out tomorrow, and it'll be like a voiceover type thing where I'll explain the feeling and what you can get and the food options, etc., etc., etc. But John, let's just talk about today first of all. How amazing what all of the fans, I don't think I've ever both felt like I've supported people and equally been supported like I have today. The love, the pictures, it was clearly a very emotional day for a lot of people today, and it really touched me, I must say. It really did touch me.
Listen, it was off the scale. You know, you had people coming up to you. I had people coming up to me, walking up to Bramley Moor, which was emotional for me and you as well. You know, and Finley and Frankie's been, he was lucky. But everything about today, you know, we have people coming up to us and saying, can I have a picture? And I know you're going to hit on this as well. It was just the build up to the game more than the game. Listen, it was all about the stadium and people who haven't been there before today, in my opinion. It wasn't about the football, and this is no disrespect to the two teams that were on the pitch. But today, you're quite right with what you say. It was emotional, and yeah, I felt the love. We felt the love for the channel, and I know you're going to hit on that. Yeah, and then when you walk up the ground and you see it in its glory, we walk through the dock gates and the dock wall, and then you get inside and it hits home that this is going to be our new home for the next 100 years or what have you.
And she's huge. She is huge. I mean, you know, I sat in the south lower, and the seat was practically vertical. You know, you had rails so you could stand up. And yeah, you're right, John. The love we got today, you know, literally, it was really surreal, because I actually think today, and this, do you know what? It is going to sound a bit big-headed for me and us. Today was the first time I accepted that we are a big channel, and people watch us and they support us and they like us and they are on side. I felt accepted today.
I think they were on sides, but listen, what we tried to do, you know, I have people coming up to me going, we only watch you for your rants, and it's hard when we're unbeaten in 9 and they're waiting for my rants. But then on the other side of it, they've watched you from day one. You know, I've been on the channel 7 years, whatever it is, and people recognise us, and whether you like it or love it, listen, I've always said on the channel, we're no superstars, but you know, if people come up to us and they want a picture and they want to shake our hands and talk to us before we go into the game, it does mean a lot, you know. And then, as you quite rightly say, it's huge, and you look at the stadium behind us and you think, bloody hell, not just as a fan channel, but we're part of this. We are going into, it's going to be hard to leave Goodison Park. We all know that. But today showed me, Michael, and the channel so much love.
Yeah, spot on. And what this channel has done, and it's really weird actually, but it's created opportunities for me and for John. You know, we've done different things. I mean, today I was in the marketing for Aramac, which is our catering supplier for the US and the UK. Me and Finlay, our picture will be somewhere because the guy took it. We were on Sky Sports. We were on Sky Sports News today. We had a quick chat with Dan Moyes. We were talking to you know, Rossi and stadium announcers, and they knew who I was. Like, it was so surreal. And then, You know, people are coming up to me and they're talking about their experience at Bramley Moor. This is people's first time at that stadium, and they were choosing to have pictures with me and you. They were choosing to, and it wasn't just like, the weirdest one for me was when we were standing by the old, I don't know what it is, the hydro pump building, whatever
the
it is.
water tower or whatever it is.
And we're talking to someone, and there's another person waiting to talk to us. And I had to pinch myself. And I learned today that this channel means so much to people. You know, a few years ago, I almost packed it in, and yeah, I actually joked with John. Saying that I'd pack it in at the end of this season. And it's quite scary to think how many people actually rely on me and you for the content that we provide and straight shooting. And don't get me wrong, we both get a negative press for different things at different times. We both know that. But I feel where this channel could be going, it could be exciting. We're definitely being noticed by more people, and it is all down to you guys. It's all down to you guys, and I am, and I won't speak for John because John can tell you himself, but I am so grateful. You know, if it wasn't for this channel, I wouldn't have had a ticket for the last game of the season. But yeah, I've got a fantastic subscriber, Paul. Big shout out. He arranges to meet me through YouTube comments, sends me an email, takes my phone number, and says, "Mike, there's tickets for the last." Well, he's actually given me tickets for the last 2 games. I wouldn't be able to do that. My son wouldn't be able to do that. The tickets are like rocking or shit, and yet he has literally just gone, "There you go. I watch you every week. I'm so grateful for what you do. There's 2 tickets." And obviously I'm going to pay him. You know, I'm not saying I'm not going to pay him, but just getting the opportunity is through this channel. And I know John, you know, he mentioned it about TalkSport. And I know a lot of you said, "Oh, Mike, you're selling your soul. John, you're selling your soul." It was a quiz. We were representing Everton. That was it. And we don't know when that goes live, by the way, because it still hasn't. But it meant so much to John. We were talking about it on the train. We were talking about it on the tube. Could we believe that we'd done that? Today, I was on Sky Sports News. Finlay was on Sky Sports News straight after Dan Moyes. What?
I've never thought that anyone would recognise me, and there's going to be people in the comments and going, "You're selling yourself and you're having a pop and what have you." Listen, to me and Michael, it means the world. As I said before, I am no celebrity. People coming over to me asking for pictures and what have you. But you know, when you realise that people do know who you are, as you're quite right, what you're saying, it means the world to us. And this channel, there's only one way this channel's going, and it's thanks to everyone who watches us is up. And it is. And listen, we want to be the biggest Everton channel out there, and there is ideas in the pipeline. And it's all down to you people, and it means the absolute world. Listen, I'm going to be honest. When people come up to me and go, "Can I have a picture, John?" "Oh, hiya, John." Blah. I don't like it. I'm not in a horrible way. I mean, as in, shit, who am I? And I look at myself and I pinch myself and I go to the toilet after them pictures and I go, shit, people have just come up to me and I'm going, nah, it's not me. I'm just a little knobhead from fucking Dodge from Liverpool who, you know, says his opinion and everyone's entitled to an opinion. And today, me and Michael, as Michael's quite rightly said, today's made us have a look at it and think, Jesus Christ, we're going places. We must be doing something right. We must be, Michael.
Yeah, you're spot on. I mean, it's the weirdest experience. We've had some weird experiences. We went to Benidorm last year and someone was on the plane that watched the channel. I mean, that was an odd one. I've been in Mallorca and someone spotted me. I've been in different parts of the country, but I've never had someone driving down the M6 pull up next to me, wave, going, "I watch you." I mean, what? Yeah, it's just an incredibly surreal feeling. So look, I know we've gone on about it for 10 minutes, and I'm sorry at the start of this video, but look, I just want to say we absolutely adore you. We absolutely adore you. And, you know, we'll talk about the inside of the stadium now. I am going to put a very detailed video about the inside and the outside and the experience of the stadium. But you know what I'd really like for any of the subscribers that did have a picture with me or John today, and the pictures are easy to upload. Send them me on an email. Email address I'll put in the bio here. It's just my personal email. Send me the pictures, and we can maybe put them in the video that we put together. It shouldn't take too long, as you send them me tonight, and that would be amazing. There was other shout outs. Walter, I can't remember your son, and I know you said that if I didn't remember one of you, you'd call me a knobhead. So I'm waiting for that in the comments. John, we had loads. There was a lady from Japan that came over to me, and I can't quite remember her name, so I'm not going to get it wrong. But it was so surreal.
Yeah,
so surreal.
Listen, we've had so much love, and this video isn't about us. Let's talk about Michael. We had pictures with people on the fan zone, and we looked at the stadium from the dock wall, and we seen the huge thing that was in front of us. Tell us about when you went through that turnstile, how you felt, what you seen, and what was it like?
So firstly, this is really raw for me, because, you know, no disrespect to everyone, but you guys probably have all got season tickets, or a lot of you have. And I've never had a season ticket until this season. So walking into that stadium today, it was like, right, this is my home now. Like, this is where I go. This is my weekends. This is what I do. And I walked in, and first of all, it was absolutely rammed. So I was thinking, well, there's not as much space as I thought. But actually, it wasn't rammed the whole way. It was just rammed in this particular bit. And then I went up the stairs, and I'm walking up the stairs. I see the pitch. You'll see all of this in the video, guys. But I get to my seat, and I'm row 26 in the south stand. And the seats are like, boom, 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 boom. You know, you're over the rail, you're gone. You're gone. The view is incredible. The biggest thing that really hit me, and I think you might catch this on the video, is when the sirens went off. I have never, ever heard something that loud, that on ya, in my life. And then I looked up, and you can see the speakers around the top of the stadium. Absolutely incredible noise. And, you know, there was 25,000 in there today. Everton score, lovely goal from the young lad, ball from the back post, header, it's a great goal. And you could hit like 25,000 fans, and it was loud. It blew me away. It blew me away. And then obviously, you know, as I mentioned, I spoke to Dan Mize before the game. And one of the questions, you know, he was on Sky Sports and I was, and one of the questions that Sky asked him was, you know, what's it going to be like? And he said it's going to take a couple of weeks to get to the levels that he's expecting, that ferociousness, that aggressiveness, that making Bramley more home. It's not going to take 2 weeks. It will take 30 seconds. The moment that siren goes off, those players, us as fans, that manager, the board, the directors, it's going to blow you away. It's going to absolutely blow you away. And all I can say, and I genuinely mean this, it is an absolute privilege to be a Blue right now. It's so exciting. I said that on Sky. So exciting. That stadium looks bigger than 53,000. It looks massive.
So as everyone knows, I've been to Wembley, I've been to the Emirates, I've been to City, every football ground. When you watch it on Sky, like we all do with the Premier League, we all look at them stadiums and they look big. Wembley looks big. And a lot of people will probably back me up on this. When you've been there and you've been in there, it's not that big when you're there. The television makes it look bigger. Mr. Drone has made Bramley Moor look bigger. When you're there, do you know if 10 people clap in our new stadium, you hear it. You hear it. It echoes all around the stadium. The way it's being built, Dan Myers, a great privilege to what you've done, mate. You know, I know Michael met you today, and I'm very jealous of that. For the first away fans that come to our new stadium, they are going to go, wow. They are going to go, wow. Because the noise that was created from 25,000 people today, I dread to think what it's going to sound with 53,000 people. It was built the right way. We all know it's being built for the roof to keep the sound in, and you could hear every voice. You could hear every clap. And I'm telling you now, it's an intimidating place with 25,000 people. I am so proud of what Dan Mice, I never thought I'd say this, what Farhad Mashiri, what Colin Chong, and everyone who's built this stadium of what they've done. Because I'm telling you now, do you know when you fall in love with something? Listen, we've all got our first love, and our first love is Goodison Park. We've all got that. That will never leave us. But you know, when you look back and you move on and you look at something that you're going to be going to and you get that feeling. When I walked in there today and I seen the green of the grass and I looked around and I felt and I clapped and I heard everyone, it's something special. It is something special. And I was blown away. I was blown away. Do you know what? I was looking at the south stand from where I was sitting. I thought it would have been different to what I've seen. I didn't expect it to be like that. But all the noise from today come from my left-hand side. And I can't wait to experience what 52,000 people, nearly 53, the noise they're going to make in that stadium. And it felt like we've got something on our hands here. And I was privileged today. And I'm telling you now, I think we've got something special. I do.
Yeah, I completely agree. And, you know, we were fortunate today. We had a meeting with someone. Well, I'd had a meeting with someone, and you know, I'm not going to say anything other than there is some potential plans for the channel, and also some potential plans if anyone enjoys golf. That's all I'm going to give you. So we've got a couple of calls this week, but very much looking forward to what we may be able to collaborate and sort out for you guys who watch us week in, week out around match days and just events. So it could be huge for the channel. But the whole experience, the catering, the food, the singing, just walking around the stadium. You know, I can't wait for the paving area to be complete, because I must say, walking around that side of the stadium, it was very tight. But once that's open, that'll be fine. It's going to be cold in the winter. You know that saying, cold night in Stoke. Wouldn't surprise me if people say cold night on Bramley Moor. But it was incredible. It was incredible. And I was fortunate enough to sit next to a subscriber today. If you've got the picture, send it me, because I bet that's horrendous, bearing in mind we're so close to each other. But we were talking, and it's going to be devastating to leave Goodison. It is. but it does make it slightly easier walking into that.
Do you know, you've just led me on to a question. I want to ask you a question because you always ask me. We've got to leave Goodison. It's happening. It's done. We're moving. What you seen today and what you felt and what your experience was, if I can ask this, will it make it a bit easier leaving Goodison, knowing what we're going into?
Yeah. Yeah. And the reason, and I know a lot of people would say no to that question. I know they would.
I understand that, by the way, because listen, I cry over Emmerdale. I cry over Coronation Street. I will be a ball bag on the last game that we leave Goodison. I am going to do Kleenex out of business. I know it's a hard question. I will cry like a baby. I will cry like a baby. But from what I've seen today, I think we're going into something that is a good thing. You know, it's like when you leave an ex who you love, right? And it's your first love. I'm going to put it on this like this. And you and someone binge you and you think, oh my God, my world's over. I'm never going to meet anyone again. And then you meet this big blonde busty girl who's got loads of money, with 10 cars, with a lovely house. You've always had your first love, but then you go to something that makes you happy. And that's how I look at Bramley Moor.
The way that I would describe it, and I'm not against any of that, is I had this discussion again with one of the subscribers. I've completely forgot your name. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry.
Because there was that many. Because there was that many.
I'm going to take a notebook. I'm going to start taking a notebook. Somebody said to me today, I'll be gutted to leave Goodison because of the memories I have. Munich in '85. There is countless, you know, FA Cup finals. People that
4-4. The 4-4 for me, mate. The 4-4.
Yeah, or you know, all of the history. You know, the league titles, the FA Cups, everything. Right? I haven't seen any of that. I've only gone to Goodison, and without sounding awful, but apart from the odd occasion, I've only ever really felt hope and despair. I hope Everton get in the top 4. I hope Everton win a trophy. I hope we go to Wembley. And it's happened occasionally. Bramley Moor, I feel, might give us the platform to do it. And for Finlay, for me, it's our opportunity to almost, and this sounds awful, but we haven't got the history you've got, your dad's got, my dad's got. We can rip it up and start again. We can go into a new stadium and make our own history, make some success, because I've never seen success. I've never seen an Everton team lift up a trophy. But by God, when I walked into Bramley Moor today, I felt like we could. I felt like we were going somewhere. I felt like commercially we were a different thing. And you see all the concrete grey bits around the stadium where you know there's going to be some advertising or there's going to be something on there. You know that the stadium's going to have a naming rights deal. You know that there's money going to be coming into the club. You feel like we're going forward. It's the hope that gets you, but I kind of feel like we could get there.
Mate, it's the hope that kills you. And we've been here so many times with this football club. I can make what you just said bigger. Little stupid things like I look at, and if there's anyone still watching, I was meeting Frankie at the water tower at the wall, and there was a grid on the floor. And I looked at this grid and I went, wow, that's been there for absolutely years. And it's untouched. And we've got our brand new stadium built around history, which is the docks. You know, we look at the dock wall, you know, and it's untouched apart from certain places. They knocked the bricks out. They had to put them back the way they took them out. I feel like there's a history around our football club. And walking into Bramley Moor, listen, the first thing I done was went for the wee. Not a pint, a wee. And then I walked up them steps and I seen the green grass and I went, wow. And it just felt, I got that feeling. And I know you've reiterated on it, and I spoke about it before, you know, about your first love and your move on. And I just walked in there and I went, it was close to the pitch, the steepness of the stands, the green grass, and even 25,000 people, Michael, made a noise. They made a noise. I can't wait till August, till we go there with 53,000 people, because I'm telling you now, everyone goes on about Goodison is a fortress. Bramley Moor's going to be a fortress with 53,000 supporters behind that team on that pitch, with the way the ground's built and the feeling you get when you walk in there. That's our new home. And I am excited. I'm so excited. And I can't wait till it's full. And we have that match day experience with, you know, the camaraderie and people coming up to us. You know, it's going to be even worse when there's a lot more fans there. And the plans that we've got coming up. This is a new chapter in our football club. It is. And please, God, I pray and I hope that Michael and everyone else's younger generation, what I've been privileged to see, and my dad sees that success. And looking today, I think our new grand old lady, if I can say that, I'm quite confident that we're going to see her.
Yeah, you're spot on, John, and really well put there. Although I'd probably say young lady, but I mean, we go with grand young lady, grand old lady. I don't care.
Listen, whatever you want to call it, nothing will replace the grand old lady that we watch our football team now, week in, week out. But you've got to move house. You've got to move home to progress. If the new owners can push us to where we want to be in this new home, then I'm telling you what, mate, we've bought something here. We're going to be privileged, and I think it was fantastic to be there, and I can't reiterate enough. And I know I'm going on, but I've just got that feeling that something special is going to happen. I have.
Yeah, well, guys, look, you watch the video tomorrow because it will give you the in-depth in the stadium thoughts, feelings, etc. There'll be some voiceover stuff. But lastly, I want to leave on a comment that was made on our channel 4 days ago, and subsequently a donation. Now, I don't like receiving donations, partly because we don't do anything to justify it. We don't create extra content. The only thing we occasionally do is we'll upload a video for members to watch, usually an hour early. There's no reason for you to pay for any of the subscriptions, so don't. You know, it's not an issue. We would never ask anyone to put money in their own pocket for this channel. We've toyed with ideas before and we've thought about things, but it doesn't always sit right with me and John. You're not money objects. You are people that watch us and put your time into us. But I wanted to give a shout out to Clipsy Live and his dad, Neil. Neil's been a season ticket holder since the 70s, and he cannot go now due to dementia. But he watches our channel week in, week out, and doesn't forget. And this week, he chose to donate some of his pension to this channel. Now, it absolutely blew me away. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't a life-changing sum of money. Me and John are not going to Barbados on Neil's money. But it's not the amount. It's the fact that he has taken his time, and his son have taken his time to send us a donation, to write us a few comments, to support us as always. And every one of you who leaves a comment does that. But that hit me so hard that I wanted to dedicate a little spot to Neil and just say, when you're watching this, thank you so much for me and John, because, you know, it means more than you can imagine. And this is why this channel has to step up for people like you and for everyone who puts their time into watching me and John. And me and John, we commit that this channel will continue to grow, get better, content, ideas, people, interactions, events, wink. So Neil, big shout out. We love you. Thank you for your love. And I know John might want to say a few words, but Neil, that honestly, I've had this channel for 7 years. There's been a few times I've got emotional reading comments, but that one hit me like an absolute sack of shit in the nicest possible way.
So my dad has dementia. And for Neil and his son who messaged Michael, you know, and I know what dementia's like. People forget things, obviously, and stuff. But for Michael to come out and say what the message that was sent to him, that he doesn't forget us, doesn't forget the Blue Boys Network, he doesn't forget you people who comment on our videos, he doesn't forget people who watch us. That's why we do it. We don't do it for the money. We're not like other fan channels or what have you. We're not going to do what we've got in the pipeline for me and Michael. We just want to be bigger, and we want to be bigger to grow an audience for people to watch us more than anything else. And I just want to reiterate what Michael just said. To Neil's dad, we will carry on doing videos for you, mate. Don't forget us, because we won't forget you.
Really well put, that, John. Well put. Right, we will leave it there. I feel like this 33-minute video is probably been one of the most emotional videos on this channel, but we love you. So Clipsy, Neil, literally the countless people me and John spoke to today, the photos, everything. We love you. We absolutely love you. And as John echoed, this isn't about the money, but it's about giving you content and experiences that you value with your time. And if me and John can do that and make a few extra blue smiles, that's all we really want. So this channel was always set up for the people, about the people. And yeah, we love you. Peace.